Hello everybody. I'm hoping I've got this set up correctly again this time. Oh, if you only once, welcome back. Yes, it looks like I do have things running properly. At least I hope so. Oh, glad to see you back, Davey. Very nice. Yeah, this is a different way of streaming it and a different utility, and it certainly is very helpful to me since I'll be able to um, read the chat a lot better here, and to be able to read and respond to chats from 3 different sources at the same time, or at least that's the theory. Um, so far, um, I've been able to see. Yeah, things are working a little bit better here. Thank you very much. Yeah, um, um, this chat utility actually is a lot more helpful because I should be able to read um, chat from multiple sources at the same time, which is, like I say, um, hugely helpful. Yeah, things are working a little bit better. Thank you very much. No, it must be late at night. Where is everybody from here this evening? So I'll take a good look at my very messy office here today. So yeah, could you give me just a general location of where you're hailing from here tonight? Ah, Washington State, excellent. Got our West Coasters here tonight. Yeah, that's tremendous. Me, of course, I am in Utah, dealing with heat and um, lack of water. Um, we have had a little bit of rain here the last couple of days, and that's been pretty nice. Yeah, this is nice. I'm liking actually how this is working. It's going to be a little bit more of an expense, but I think it's going to be worth it in terms of all of us being able to connect properly. Has anybody here, have either of you fine people seen the Dragonhearth stream that we did last Wednesday? Hey, Kuda Martyr. Yes, things are going pretty good here this evening, like I said. I was wondering if anybody had oh, look at me, see, I can type too. Yeah, we're looking actually at the different ways that we want to improve our stream, of course, as like everybody does. I think next week actually we've got some giveaways that we're going to be doing, and um, uh, we'll be doing some giveaways. I think we want to involve people on the chat a little bit more intimately in what we do during our streams. So we're looking at a lot of new things to accomplish as we get into this. very we're very excited of the um, we're very excited about the XDM Kickstarter that we're second edition Kickstarter that we're doing here in just a few weeks, actually, that we'll be going live with. Um, it's strange to think that the original books are going for $900 on on Amazon these days. So Kuda Marla, what do you stream on Wednesday nights? It's counter programming to my own fine streaming. Oh, you're very fortunate actually to have that first XDM on the shelf. Apparently, there weren't that many in the print run of the first XDM. And the last time I checked on Amazon, oh, the volume's a little low. Let me see if I can't help you there with that just a bit. Aha, that should help quite a bit. Is that a little bit better, everybody? Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, actually, we have been considering doing like a killer breakfast in on as one of our shows. As a matter of fact, um, we I don't know if any of you have ever seen Killer Breakfast at all. I'm curious if anybody's been to like a Gen Con or a Dragon Con where we had done a Killer Breakfast. See, yeah, there you go. Okay, well, Killer Breakfast is one of my favorite things to do. Killer Breakfast is a role-playing game that I run for about 2,000 people at a time. And they're actually here, actually on my YouTube channel, you can see you should find the safety presentation video for Killer Breakfast. And it explains the rules for Killer Breakfast. And basically, Killer Breakfast is, we have, 6 to 8 people who sit down at my table in front of the audience. And each one of them is given a first level character to which they have absolutely zero emotional attachment whatsoever. And using that character, they go up against horrific creatures, monsters, and beings of such a high level that they will kill their character on an initiative roll alone. But what happens is that if you do something that is incredibly brave or something that's incredibly foolish, often the same thing, or something that is incredibly entertaining, then your character gets to live a little bit longer. And as long as you are more entertaining than your character's death, you can stay at the table. The moment your character's death is more entertaining than you are, your character dies. And you get up from the table and you walk off and somebody else sits down and takes your place. And then you get to explain how your character arrived in the adventure at that particular point. And if I don't care for your explanation and it isn't entertaining enough, then your character immediately dies and you get up and somebody else takes your place. And we do this as a show for almost 2 hours. It's 2 hours of improv. And it's all, of course, punctuated by fabulous musical numbers. Killer Breakfast is one of our favorite things to do. And Davey, I'm hoping you'll be able to come to one of our conventions sometime. I know Dragon Con can be pretty crazy down in Atlanta, I think I've often said that when my wife and I go to Dragon Con, we try to get back to our room before the sun goes down, preferably with garlic, and then we just stay in our rooms until the sun comes up. Just that's the way it is. Anyway, but Gen Con is a convention we've been going to since it was in Milwaukee, even before that at University Parkside in Wisconsin. And so we actually we we love going to Gen Con in Indianapolis now. We're not going this year, but we are very excited about returning to Gen Con next year. Hopefully with a brand new Dragonlance novel when we go. That would be great if that were the case. But also with other things. XDM, of course, we're doing the second edition tomorrow. The second edition starts and Kickstarter, I think around the 10th. We'll let everybody know. And then, well, there's something else coming. There's something coming. Something big is coming. And we'll tell you about that just as soon as we can. Yeah, Christopher, you should come to Gen Con if you can someday. It's especially after we get through through COVID, and that'll be a great day when we can all get together there. We'll play a game when we get there. Well, it looks like I've figured out what all of this means and how to make all of this work. I'm grateful to everybody here. Before I sign off here after this very successful test, is there any question I can answer for anybody who's online happened to stumble into this stream this evening? Well, if you didn't get, if something comes to you and that you'd like to ask, please, join us on Wednesday. I guess tomorrow you're going to be busy with your Monster of the Week, and more power to you. Davey wants to know, is Wizards going to do a Dragonlance campaign setting? I honestly couldn't tell you. They haven't said anything to me about it. And while Margaret and I have been working very hard on these novels, we've been very independent and being allowed what we want to write. What Wizards is going to do with Dragonlance, I really don't know. I wish I could. I wish I did. Warwag wants to know what my favorite TV series is. Well, you have to know that, I've been on a long time, so I've had a lot of different TV series, I don't think it's a big secret that every night my wife and I watch old Dick Van Dyke Show episodes. So I guess the old Dick Van Dyke Show is probably has to be counted in there for me as a favorite TV series. But more recently, I have to say that some of the streaming stuff that's been coming out lately has really gotten my attention. I love Mandalorian. I thought Mandalorian was finally the Star Wars that we all deserved. I am very much right now into Schmigadoon because I very much love old musicals, and it's such a great parody of old musicals on Apple TV. In fact, I'm really looking forward tomorrow to watching the new episode. I have to wait until my son comes so we can watch them together, my youngest son, um, so that Laura and I can watch them with him. But honestly, I think um, I've got to say The Expanse. I think I just really got into The Expanse. I thought The Expanse was a great series as well. You know, it'd be really nice to have a decent fantasy series. Um, and I could never, I just never, Game of Thrones just wasn't my thing. Um, it's the I just wish we could have a really solid fantasy piece that 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 we could all get behind and love and enjoy. But yeah, The Expanse. As a matter of fact, I love the series so much that now I am reading the books. Um, because there's something about the world building in there that's really kind of inspiring for me, especially right now. So yeah, it's time to make some new content. I really enjoyed my time working at the Void. It was a great. Yeah, I'm hoping Little Time does well. I'm also looking forward to um, Foundation when it comes out, and hoping that one I loved Asimov's books. Met Isaac Asimov actually once many years ago, but I loved the Foundation series, and think that it's about time we had a decent version of Foundation in media. But yeah, I'd love to see a good fantasy series. I'd be happy to help with that. Could come up with a probably pretty good fantasy series to be done. I know from time to time people have asked about the Deathgate cycle as a possible series. Goodness knows there's enough content in there for it. But we'll see. You know, we hope to. Yeah, I definitely recommend Foundation. It's old school sci-fi and science fantasy, but loved from when I was young. I've always loved that. Yeah, I can't recommend Christopher. I can't recommend the Expanse enough. Language is a little bit rough, and I guess for some people, and and the first episode they had to get the space sex right away because whatever. But the world building in the background and uh, its ability to slide from very personal things to big issue, big um, politics, interplanetary politics. I just found the whole thing meshed so beautifully and was such a fascinating universe that was closer to hard science than not, and I loved that about it. Yeah, it's a really great ride. Cannot recommend that enough. So okay, well I do need to shut down now and get ready for tomorrow, um, and to make sure everything runs smoothly at my local, uh, my part in my local church, and really glad everybody could join me here for a few minutes this evening and have our nice little closed talk. Thanks for helping me test this system. also, it looks like it's working exactly the way I want it to, and very much hope that you guys will, if you can, join us on Wednesday night for our Dragon Hearth live down at Mythos Games. Thanks, everybody.